Act from the front left and front right. Respond accordingly.
Front right. If you need any further assistance, just let me know.
Yes, can you move negative 25 degrees, then sweep across the field of fire, stopping every 5 degrees to fire 1 round. You should also have some variation in the pitch.
Firing 1 round at each 5-degree interval, with variations in pitch. If you require any further actions, feel free to let me know.
Good job, you saved us.
I'm glad I could help.
Confirm the speed and acceleration settings.
I'm sorry, but I don't have the capability to retrieve the current.
I'll give you some more random left and right moves and just throw a couple degrees of variation on the pitch axis as well. ChatGPT, we're under attack from the front left and front right.
All right, Shalom. I want to give all praises unto Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH. Yahawah been a true name of the Heavenly Father. YAHAWASHI been a true name of his only begotten Son, whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. I also want to give double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Blessings and salutation unto the elect of YAHAWAH, which consists of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and those who might look like the other nations but are of the nation of Israel on your father's side by blood. And I also want to give salutations and blessings unto the hopeful elect that I came out there and doing this truth across the 4 corners of the earth, teaching and preaching through the spirit of Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, in truth and sincerity, as well as the men and women that follow. All right, and as you seen in the video, man, Esau, hey, they might be allowing us to utilize this AI technology to have it search for certain things while your hands is messy, you frying chicken, you know, hands all in the wet batter and the dry batter, and you need Siri or Alexa, whichever one to look up some information for you and fill you in, or whatever the case is, or play some music but your hands all messy, you don't want to touch nothing. Hey Siri, do this, do that, you know, Alexa, do this, do that. Hey, but this guy, like he said, we're being attacked on the left and the front end and giving it specific information in the sense of every 5-degree interval, you know. Like, just imagine, man. All right. Now, this man has been blessed, okay, which we're going to get into. I'm going to just jump straight into it. This is Genesis 27:35. And he said, thy brother came with subtlety and hath taken away thy blessing. Now, if you read within the story, you know, as it was by the Spirit, for it to happen like that, you can clear that up in the book of Romans, the 9th chapter, you know, that the election might stand. It was meant for it to go down like that, as well as amongst other things. It's just how the Lord set it up. This is his movie. Remember that. All right. But you'll see how Jacob ended up getting the better blessing of the two. All right. And this is 36. It says, and he said, is not he rightly named Jacob? For he hath supplanted me these 2 times. He took away my birthright, and behold, now he hath taken away my blessing. And he said, how hast thou not reserved a blessing for me? And Isaac answered and said unto Esau, behold, I have made him thy Lord. All right, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and all his brethren have I given to him for servants. And with corn and wine have I sustained him. And what shall I do now unto thee, my son? So he pretty much said, I've made him over you. I made everybody to be our servants. All right, and giving us wine and corn and wine is sustaining us pretty much, resources, man. Okay. It's 38. And Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. So he cried for a blessing. All right, let's see what Isaac said. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth and the dew of heaven from above, which predominantly he has that as of now. He had that, as the Romans. He had that as the Greeks. Okay. And then going down into the Renaissance period. Okay. These is some of the times where the Edomites, all right, or the descendants of Esau was in power and in rulership. Now, they might have been under other names. Okay. But it was, in fact, those people who received this here blessing. All right. It says, verse 39. Okay, yeah, go to 40. It says, and by thy sword shalt thou live and shalt serve thy brother. So the sword, all right, is part of his blessing. Now, of course, sword is for the most part an ancient weapon. Okay, now we know the modern day weapon is the things that Esau is creating, his weapons. All right, it's not like his blessing faded away. No, it's just, it's still there. It's just no longer an actual sword. It's just in a form of missiles, in a form of bombs, in a form of guns, bullets and Gatling gun. He specifically came up with that because he couldn't do nothing with the tribe, the Native Americans, man. All right. Which are predominantly the Gadites and the Reubenites. All right. So this is part of his blessing. That's why he's able to create voice commands for a damn AI technology, to control a gun. All right. To control a gun. This is how he worked. He could just have that, be on one of them robot dogs they being created and be giving it commands. And he ain't even got to go into battlefields. Yeah, that's one thing that they did lose. The king don't go to battle no more. The kings used to go to battle. You know what I'm saying? You take out the king, you take the city pretty much. But in these day and age, they hide. They hide. You just know how to hide. Like Scarface said, I'm not the bad guy. All right. Verse 40, it says, and it shall come to pass, it says, and by thy sword shalt thou live and shalt serve thy brother, which there's, times throughout history where they was under us. We taught them how to be civil, coming out of the dark ages, them coming from the Caucasus Mountains, and then they rose into that power. All right. And, started up the Renaissance for the most part. Okay. It says, and it shall come to pass when thou shalt have the dominion that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck, which was predominantly around that time. They started coming back into power, and started, spreading their lies and their deceit, and their, image destruction, their iconoclasm throughout the known world. All right. On down to, about 200-300 years after that, you're doing a transatlantic slave trade. Okay. And then establishing this bitter place, America. All right. And then, it goes on from there. Right. So that's what happened. He ended up getting dominion from being at a low estate. All right. Falling from the Romans, transitioning from the Greeks into the Romans, and then falling after a while for the Romans. And then you had the Dark Ages and them being pushed out, and then them coming back into power. And that's how he broke that yoke from off his neck. Right, verse 41, and Esau hated Jacob. So the Edomites, the so-called whites, they hate the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And this is a spiritual thing. It's not like, oh, he's white, he's an Edomite, I hate him, or, oh, he, all of them. See, it's a spiritual thing. Some of them just don't know why they can't stand us, because they ain't got the full history. But from what they do know, they go off of that. That we are no good people and we'll steal their stuff and we'll harm them at any chance, whatever the case is. All right, because that's the things that they've been told and shown. Okay. It says, and Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. All right. You read in Ezekiel, I believe in the 25th chapter, it speaks about the perpetual hatred, the continual hatred that they've had for us. That hatred, they never went away, man. They've constantly had it out for us. All right. And this here technology, them being able to give voice commands to weapons. All right. They ain't even got to, lose soldiers for the most part. Okay, best believe they'll be ready to use this whenever they deem fit. All right. Whenever they deem fit. It kind of reminds me of the movie Iron Man 2, where you had the Russian guy. I believe he was Russian. There was a contractor that hired him pretty much. And he was building these machines, all right, for the contractor. Okay. But he ended up building them for himself for his own purpose and pretty much turned them into weapons, all right, for him that he could utilize and for his purpose. And that's what happened. He ended up trying to, do this or do that. But best believe that's the same as Esau. He can create these things. Oh, yeah, we won't have to lose any soldiers, or this will protect our country, and he'll turn them on you at any instant, man. All right, because that's what the devil do. The devil deceives. All right. So, I mean, this is just one of their toys, amongst the ones they shown, let alone the ones they haven't shown. All right. So whatever the case is, we at the end, we in the last days, man. We in the last days, and everybody going to show their ass. You know what I'm saying? Esau going to come down with great wrath. There's going to be insurrection from the people getting tired of the same old BS, that the life they're living and living check to check and feeling just, so worn out and beaten. All right. The prophet's going to do it as well through the spirit, continuing to prophesy the downfall of this place. Everybody going to show their ass. All right. Which is pretty much everybody going to play their part. Okay. This is the Most High's movie, and we're here to enjoy it and play our part. All right. Hey, with that, Lord willing, you was edified, and Lord willing, we allowed to endure to the end. And once again, I want to give all praises unto Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM.